The next item on our agenda is the upcoming visit to our company by colleagues from our branch office in Germany. They're coming to get trained on the new software we recently purchased. They'll be participating in this training with all of our staff here. While they're here, they're also interested in touring the city. We're looking for volunteers to show them around. If you're interested in helping with this, please send me an email after today's meeting. Be sure to include your availability so that we can schedule the tours.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I please have your attention? This is an announcement for passengers of Flight 710 to Tokyo. Your aircraft will now be departing from Gate A2 rather than from Gate A7. We apologize for the inconvenience of this last-minute change. When we start boarding, please have your photo identification card out and ready to be checked. Thank you.
And now for the hourly traffic report. Highway 95 is currently experiencing heavy traffic because of the concert that's taking place at the convention center this evening. To find alternate routes, we recommend taking a look at the interactive map on our website. Also, remember that construction will begin in the downtown area early next week, and sections of Market Street will likely be closed. We'll be sure to let you know as soon as the construction project is complete. Thanks for listening and enjoy your drive.
Welcome aboard, and thanks again for joining our lake tour. It's going to be a beautiful day on the water. On this trip, you'll learn about the people who lived on Harmon Island many years ago, and you'll view their historic homes. Seeing these structures will give you an idea of how different life was back then. Now, I'm sure you all brought your cameras. The first time we pass by the island, we'll be facing the sun, so you won't have any luck taking photos. That's okay, though. We'll be coming back the opposite way on the return trip. All right, let's get going.
To start our meeting off, I'd like to share some good news with you all. We just renewed our contract with Springfield Publishing. We'll continue printing all the books they publish for the next 2 years. I know we're all happy to hear that. Moving on, several of you have complained that some of the blades in the cutting machines are becoming dull and it's taking longer to cut through thicker books. I just want you to know I've already called the manufacturer. And now, James will introduce the next item on the agenda.
Hi, Sunguk. Sorry to call so late in the day, but I need your help. Mohammed just called to tell me that a big agricultural producer in Brazil is interested in learning more about our farm equipment. They're looking to buy some of our tractors and harvesting machines. Anyway, they're sending a representative here next Friday, and I'll be leading that meeting. But the thing is, they told us the rep doesn't speak much English, and I don't speak any Portuguese. So we'll need someone who can interpret. Can you look into hiring someone who can help us with that for the day?
Good afternoon. We're so glad to see such a large turnout at this year's Corporate Leadership Conference. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our keynote speaker, Professor Rosa Jimenez. Dr. Jimenez will be presenting her research on the relationship between personality traits and career success. Since all of you have leadership roles in your organizations, I think you'll find this information very useful. Before I hand the microphone over to Dr. Jimenez, I'd like to encourage you to visit our website to pre-register for next year's Leadership Conference. If you do so before the end of the month, you'll receive a discounted registration rate.
Good evening. I'm Alex Tillera, the head ranger at Anders National Park. I'm sure many of you have visited the park for hiking or fishing, but tonight we're happy to be hosting our first annual astronomy lecture, giving you the opportunity to sit under the stars and learn about constellations. When we first discussed this idea, we weren't sure the community would be interested in this lecture. However, as I look out, I see the seating area is almost full. Now, we're quite a distance from the city lights, which will help us spot multiple constellations. Before we begin, please switch off your mobile phones, as that type of light can also interfere with visibility.
Hi, Carol. It's Susan. I was just told I'll be leading the team that's developing our newest microwave oven. I'm preparing a draft budget for the development of the new model and have been looking over the expenses from previous projects. Since you worked on a similar project 2 years ago, would you have time to come by my office? I have a couple of questions that I'd like to ask you. If you can, stop by whenever you have time today. Oh, and don't forget, I moved to the office directly across from the kitchen. See you soon.
I'm glad to see all of our cooks here for this early morning meeting. I have something to tell you about this weekend's menu. One of our suppliers had a problem with his trucks, so we didn't receive our delivery from them. This won't affect anything on our menu except for Saturday's dinner special. What I'd like you all to do is think about another dish you can cook for Saturday evening. There's still time to reprint the menu. Email me any ideas you have by 4 p.m. today.